Today is October the 22nd, 2015, and it has been 4 months since I have done a houseplant tour video, so here you go. This is the north window. It's the bay window here in the living room. And these are my African violets. They absolutely love it here. I had them in the full sun in the kitchen window where it gets all the south sun. They did not do good. When I moved them here in this north facing window, they grew new sets of leaves. This one is actually reblooming for me. It's a real pretty pink, like a double budded, like a triple budded lavender pink color. You could see more of the buds, and the foliage is like a fringe. This I had since 2013. It rebloomed sometime in the early summer, and now it's reblooming again, which was a surprise. This one I bought a month ago, and I love it. I fell in love with it. It's beautiful purplish color with white. Just incredible. I love it. And this is just a basic, like a Kelly green foliage. Real pretty. I just love African violets, and I don't fertilize any of my plants. They just grow for me really good. And as you could see here, I have plastic down because underneath, you know, there's wood, and I don't want to ruin the windowsill when I water. And I also have a box here to bring up the candles. I keep these candles up all year round. I just like how they look. And here's another African violet. It's starting to rebloom. Look at that. There's a bud there. One there. Oh, I think I see like 4. Yeah, I see 4 that are, this is reblooming. I'm kind of running out of space here. And this is a spider plant, which I had since the year 2001. It's growing like babies here. Okay, and this African violet is really pretty. This is reblooming too. Now this one I bought back in mid-July, and it was two-tone. It had white, but it had lavender in there. So it had streaks of white with lavender. And then when it bloomed inside the house, it was like still blooming. It turned a beautiful, vivid, dark purple, which was a surprise for me. And on this African violet, I don't think this is reblooming yet. It has a lot of new growth. Wait a minute. No. That's just a very healthy looking one. And these smaller African violets, one is pink, a watermelon pink that bloomed in the summer, and the other is, this was a plum color, like that, matter of fact. Okay, and this is an epilium, I'm quite sure, a night blooming cereus. Real pretty cactus flower, fragrant. It only opens up at night. It bloomed for me, I think, total of 4 times in the past year and a half. And then this one is, I actually have two in one here. That's the purple wandering Jew, and it's the other wandering Jew with it. It's all mixed. A large pot. This is sort of high maintenance. I mean, I'm always taking off like these little dead leaves, but it's well worth it. And here's a purple queen. These are flowers that open. There's still some buds that are going to open. This did open a couple weeks ago for me, but it's still has to open more. Here's the other side of the bay window. My African violets are all down there that you saw. And this is another view of the wandering Jew. And I have a philodendron in there mixed growing, which is that. There's another wandering Jew in this pot too. Let's see, it has like a pretty greenish color in there. It's shimmery, real pretty. And this is the other wandering Jew that's a fuzzy one. Gonna turn that. It's good to turn your plants every now and then, but that's looking really good. And then this is a true Christmas cactus. Now see how narrow the leaves are? And they come rounded sort of at the tips. No spikes on the other side, on the sides like you see in the Thanksgiving and the Easter one. So this is a Christmas cactus. This belonged to my grandma. It's a gorgeous lavender when it blooms. It has not bloomed in 10 years. So I took a piece and I'm rooting it in some water, and I'm going to grow another plant. So I'm hoping it'll take for me and maybe it'll bloom. Okay, now these are the kitchen plants. I took over this whole entire table with my plants. I just love plants. You could see that. This is my red sun parasol mandevilla vine that is still blooming some flowers I brought in from outside last week. It loves to be grown in a container only. It won't tolerate temperatures below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And I live in the Northeast, so it will definitely not tolerate our winters. So I brought this in to protect it. I had this since last August 2014. I wintered it also in the house last year, and I brought it out right after the last frost. And I brought this in before the first frost. It's so pretty. I just love it. Okay. Where to begin? A little messy here because I'm rooting a lot of things. This is basil that I'm rooting in a glass. Okay, what I was telling you about in the living room, that's the Christmas cactus that you saw. That's lavender. I'm rooting that. And that's a piece of a Thanksgiving cactus that came off my Thanksgiving one. I'll check out the difference. See, that's a Christmas one. See how narrow and smooth? The Thanksgiving cactus has points on the edge, and it's rough, and it's the widest leaf of them all. And there's a palm plant I'm rooting. I'm going to zoom in real quick here. That's one of my succulents. That's a amaryllis. Maybe it'll bloom for me this year. I had it last year. It's called Red Line. It's like a deep orange. There's a succulent growing with the night blooming cereus. I'm also rooting a wandering Jew. I'm rooting Sorry, these little vines are in the way. This pretty mandevilla. These I'm rooting in jars in water. The Wandering Jews right there. And this is my primrose. Maybe it'll rebloom for me. They bloom indoors in the winter. Okay, here is the Thanksgiving cactus that I was telling you about. This is a beautiful pink. I got this last year. I'm not really seeing any buds, but I'm not sure. Who knows? Maybe it'll rebloom for me. I don't know. And this is an Easter cactus. It's beautiful. It's a light pink. I got this in April 2013. It did not rebloom for this Easter. So maybe it will next year. I don't know. There's a cyclamen. And here's my, I think it's called a Rieger begonia. Yeah, Rieger begonia. Little pretty red flowers. I got this like a month ago. And it's doing pretty good. And this is a variety of a plant that my neighbor gave me. She gave this to us. There's palm in here, Dracena. I think that's part of a dumb cane plant. I'm not sure. And there's that. That's a pretty speckled one. I'm going to show you this one. This is a split leaf philodendron. It is massive. Very, very beautiful plant. And somebody was throwing this out, and I picked it up at the curb. I was so happy to get it 16 years ago, and it grew for me really beautifully. So I absolutely love this plant, and I don't want to repot it because it's doing good and I just don't want it to die on me. Oh, I forgot to show you the mother plant. It's kind of heavy here. Oh, there was some water in there. There's the Christmas cactus. This is probably over 50 years old. It had belonged to my grandma. I don't know if you got a good look at it, but then I have my aloe vera, spider plant, which I'm rooting, which I really need to, I have to get some soil and just plant it. And this is a crouton plant. It belonged to my grandma, 17 years old. There's a good look at it. It's tropical. Anyways, that's it for the kitchen here. Here's my mandevilla. And the sun is coming in here. This is the south facing window. And I wanted to show you this cute little ladybug on the curtain. If I could zoom in here. I'm gonna try my best. There, that's about as close as I could get them. But haven't seen one in a long time. And this is my pretty red sun parasol mandevilla. And here is the ladybug. I finally zoomed in. That's on the kitchen curtain by the plants. He's cute. Haven't seen one of these in years. Just wanted to show this to you all. He's a cutie. Okay, this is the back bedroom here. This is my umbrella plant. It's in a floor planter. Don't mind the mess in here. It's a storage room. So, yeah. This is a Schiflora plant. Anyways, what I wanted to show you is my beautiful Thanksgiving cactus. It is reblooming, and I do have videos of this. The buds on here look sort of like could be pink, perhaps, I'm not sure. But I got that in 2012, and it rebloomed back in last year, 2014, but it did not rebloom in 2013. Now I'm going to show you the difference. Big difference. See? Compare that with the Christmas cactus. Look how wide the foliage is here. So this huge plant is a Christmas cactus, and I'm just doing the comparison here. This is definitely Thanksgiving. It's the widest of all the holiday cactuses, and the Easter cactus is also wide, but the Thanksgiving is the widest. And this window has all the sun that comes in. Here's my baby jade plant right here. That's growing. My spider plant that a friend of mine gave to me. She said, give this a good home. I'm not good with plants. You are. And she's right. And here's my angel wing begonia. Here's another Christmas cactus plant right here. And I want to show you, I don't think I could lift this up because it's extremely heavy, but you could see how huge this is. Now the plant that I showed you in the kitchen is the mother plant to this. It used to belong to my grandma. It's over 50 years old. It's really, really old. I mean, she got that many decades before I was born. This plant, I rooted this in the year 2007 from that mother plant that I have in the kitchen. Gonna try to lift this up with one hand. Okay, just for a second. I just don't want to drop it because it's just so heavy. It's really branching out. I mean, this is a true Christmas cactus. See how narrow the foliage is? There's no spikes on them like there is for the Thanksgiving one that I just showed you all. And this blooms for me, usually it blooms like after Christmas in mid-January, but last year it started blooming right on time before Christmas, and this actually bloomed. It's double budded, beautiful fuchsia rose color flowers. This actually bloomed up until April, and I was just astounded. I mean, it's remarkable. So anyways, I just wanted to show you these house plants in here. They're in the south sunny facing window where all the sun comes in the storage / junk room. And I'll be giving you guys an update on the Thanksgiving cactus as it progresses. But I'm really excited about that. And here's a little doormat African violet. Look how white the leaves are. Anyways, thanks for watching, and for more videos like this, please subscribe and don't forget to share.